Just like a picture of them, and then it's a window looking out on a Brooklyn street. Two cats, one skinny old black cat, one fat white calico Tennessee long cat. Focus on Oxy. Maxie, why are you so fucking fat? Look at Max. Well, Oxy, meow, is a black hole at the center of the universe, meow, and I can speak directly to it through this vibrating spider web of energy, meow. I say, speak to it, meow, but it's more like command, meow. It enters my fatness. We do a little fire drill around the car, meow, and then I'm riding shotgun in the black hole. Has the steering wheel. Oxy. I asked why you're so fucking fat, not why you're so fucking stupid. Look back at Max. It knows all that. It sent me a message 15,000 years ago, and it's arriving now. Look back at Oxy. Is that so? What does it say? Max. To fucking kill you! Stab, 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 stab. Death, 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 death. Death march. Zoom to the black hole. Black hole body resurrection. And then it says, minus one life. Call help desk for balance. Back into Oxy's body. Look at her. What the fuck was that? Pushing him back, getting up. I just died. Pushing him back further, closer to the edge of the ledge. Oxy, murder! 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 Pushes him off the ledge. He moves out, gets the string from the blinds, it ties around his neck, and he's just hanging there. Death march. Pulse comes out of the black hole, materializes back in his body. Minus one life. Call for balance. Looking at Max. Have you ever called for the balance on your lives? Look back at Oxy. No. Everyone eyes. Looks scared. Next iPhone comes up and pause dialing. Boop, 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 boop. Operator. Welcome to the Feline Forever line, meow. For questions about kidney health, press 1. For questions about obesity, press 2. Max goes to press 2 and Oxy stops him. For rubbing your butt on the carpet after using the shitty box, press 3. Max goes to press it and Oxy stops him. For all other options, including life balance, press 6 3 times and then 42 4 times, separating each 42 with the pound symbol. Beep, 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 beep. Thank you. Goodbye. Cats look at each other. Oxy, we're gonna have to go to the main office. It's in downtown Brooklyn. We'll never know how many lives we have until we go out and risk them all. Alright, Max and Oxy, episode 2, Cat Fusion. Scene opens with the two of them on the F train. Oxy looks down at Max. Max is eating a sandwich. Oxy, where did you get that sandwich from? Max, someone gave it to me. Oxy, who gave it to you? Max, that guy over there. Max points to someone across the train that looks like the clown from It. Oxy, what the fuck? Oxy's sentence is cut short by the wet crackle of a taser on the fur of her chest. The last thing she sees as her eyes close is Max being taken away in a cat carrier. Then blackness, blackness, more blackness. Time passes. Then Max's tiny head and the camera kind of pulls back to reveal that he's on kind of a spit. There's a guy in a lab coat. Max, what the fuck is this? Total, my name is Total. Hey Total, what the fuck is this? Total, well Max Mittens, maybe you'll recognize the name Isaac Newton. Max, no. Total, Galileo Galilei. Max, no. Total, Albert Einstein. Max, no. Total, Erwin Schrödinger. Max, no. I'm sorry, Total, but I don't know any of those people. Total, well, you're gonna be as famous as their cats. Enough of this tomfoolery, Hitchbot, bring out the antimatter. Antimatter? A robot comes clambering out of nowhere with a half of a cream cheese bagel from the bagel hole. Love music starts playing, and Max's eyes go gaga as he falls in love with the robot. Total, hey, snaps finger, stop that. Hitchbot blushes. Total, Jesus. Attach the antimatter. Robot attaches the bagel to Max's back. Total, since the laws of our universe prevent the cat from landing on anything other than their feet, and these same laws also prevent the landing of a cream cheese bagel on a side that doesn't completely fuck up both the bagel and the floor, someone may have come to the realization that these two forces may combine in a dance with no end, an endless fall, twin stars, cat fusion. Max chews and licks his lips. Total, did you eat the bagel? Hitchbot, attach another bagel, make it gluten-free so it tastes like shit. Hitchbot, okay, beep boop, but we'll just take a second because we have to toast it in the oven because the toaster's broken. Beep boop boop boop. Meanwhile, Oksana wakes up from her taser blackout at the Roosevelt Island stop. The door opens and all the cats that look just like Oksana are dancing and singing a haiku. Cats, Roosevelt Island, forever we remain here enclosed by water. Oxy, please, I need your help, cats. We already know the black hole contacted us a preliminary ago. When Total starts, the cat fusion generator will probably tear a hole in the cause list. Cat guards and cat generals come up. Cat guard, we have tracked him to the old insane asylum right here on the island. Cats, we must stop them before it's too late. Ride. All these dogs come out, and the cats get on the dogs, and these rats come out to warn of something, but the dogs just put them in the jaws and shake them until they're bloody rags and throw them to the side and run full force with a cat on their backs. Back at Total's insane asylum, the chains are dragging up the cat fusion generator to the roof. It starts lightning and raining. All the cat armies see it start lightning and raining, and they just go home. Oxy's left out there all alone in an empty field. Then Hitchbot is there with an umbrella and Max. Oxy, holy shit, how is this possible? Max, Hitchbot folded Total in half and completely broke his spine. He's paralyzed on the floor of that old hospital he's squatting in. I think he's trying to overdose on rainbow fentanyl now. Oxy, fuck him, I guess we're a threesome now. Max and Oxy, Episode 3, Burning Down the House. Max, Oxy, and Hitchbot take the Roosevelt Island tramway back into the city. They make their way to the Feline Hall of Records where they wait a long-ass time. Max and Hitchbot make out while Oxy sits grimly. Teller, Max and Oxy. Max and Oxy get up and walk to the teller. Max Mittens, Tennessee Long Cat, Maxie Poo. Turns out that you are just a baby. You have 70 lives, which must be a glitch. Leans in closer. But what kind of cat would I be if I reported that? Wink, meow. Max smiles and Hitchbot kisses him. Teller, Oxy, you on the other hand have no traceable background. You do not exist. You are a ghost. Max and Oxy's eyes widen. Teller, we found one article on microfiche where a cat that we think is or was registered to someone named either Franklin or Poe in Philadelphia. I'm very sorry, Madam Sir. Next, all three walk outside slowly. Oxy, well, I guess we're heading to Philadelphia. Soft crying in the background. Hitchbot's crying. Max, hey babe, what's wrong? Hitchbot, I'm sorry, Maxie Poo. I can't go to Philadelphia. Hitchbot runs out in the middle of the road. Max runs into the middle of the road and stops the car from hitting Hitchbot with his prodigious body. The car stops, but Max dies and then rematerializes. Disembodied voice, -1 life. You now have 69 lives left. Hitchbot, I'm so sorry, Maxie. I didn't want you to kill yourself for me. I robot love you, but there's some things you don't know about me. I was created in Canada. My purpose was to test the idea of whether robots could trust humans or not. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire on the shoulder of Orion. Sea beams glittering in the dark near the townhouse gate. But the experiment ended in Philadelphia. I made a turn. Maybe it was a wrong turn. Maybe that's not a thing. But I ended up in hell. That's where Total found me. Don't make me go back there, Maxie. Don't make me go back to hell. Maxie, I would never do that to you. I would never make you go into hell. I would never make you go to Philadelphia. I'm sorry, Oxy. I can't go with you. Oxy. Okay, bye. Oxy on an Acela train to Philadelphia. Oxy gets out and looks at Philadelphia. Oxy. The city of brotherly love. Whack! Oksana gets hit in the back of the head with a slapjack. A bunch of assholes. Good night. Oksana sees the same assholes that fucked up Hitchbot before blacking out. Next scene is in the back of the Pen and the Pencil. Knock on the door, little window slides open. Bunch of assholes. Another cat for the Black Widow. Money falls out of the window. They leave the cat in the box. Someone pulls the box in, sets the box on the table, and opens the door of the carrier. Oxy looks out. Woman, I'm not going to eat you. Who the fuck eats cats? But you're not a cat anyway. You're no more a cat than a vampire is a human. ... You are actually a wraith of some sort, a physical manifestation of something else in the form of a cat. I'm sorry, but I'm going to need to keep you here forever, to study you. A glass container comes down, covers Oxy, transports her into this enormous room full of entities caught in these same sorts of chambers. Woman looks up. What's that smell? Looks to the side. What is that sound? Woo, woo, it's sirens. She goes to open the door, and standing in the doorway is Max, with fire all behind him. Max, didn't you think I would burn your place down on an unverified tip? Have some rainbow fentanyl, bitch. Bro. Max throw tablets, and they go directly into the woman's mouth, and she swallows them, and then she falls over. Max eats one of the rainbow fentanyl tablets and presses the release button. All these demons and scary ghosts go out into the streets of Philadelphia. Flames engulf the woman's body and some other seemingly innocent people. Ah! Help us, we're burning. Ah! And Max and Oxy outside of the burning restaurant. Oxy, thank you so much for saving me, Max. Where is Hitchbot? Max, after her first suicide attempt, she was in therapy, but she was forced to face her crippling of Total, someone who had saved her. She realized that she loved Total in some creator creates he sense, and she decided to go back to him and join him in his rainbow fentanyl overdose. Oxy, eating a rainbow fentanyl. Where's all this rainbow fentanyl from? Maxie, Total was the largest supplier of rainbow fentanyl for the Northeast. It's how he funded his projects. Did you find out how many lives you have left? Oxy, no, I'm a wraith. Max, cool. Oxy, let's go back to Brooklyn. Max, let's get a Bloody Mary from North 3rd, a cheesesteak from Pat's, and one from Gino's, some nachos at the Royal, some margaritas at Tequila's, some wings at McGillen's, some drinks at McCrossan's, a 190 octane, and on and on and on forever. Max and Oxy, episode 4. Nuke! Max and Oxy take the Chinatown bus from Philadelphia back to New York. Max has a Dean Martini and a cheesesteak egg roll from the Continental in Old City. Oxy has a 190 octane and a cheesesteak that is half Pat's and half Gino's that she traded halves with DJ Jazzy Jeff. Oxy slowly goes to take her first bite, and then something happens. Like a helicopter that was spiraling out of control, tore right through the metal of the bus and sprayed the people and the glass and everything else everywhere. Then what appeared to be a twisted pile of metal had power slid into a Marvel fighting stance in the center of the New Jersey Turnpike. It was a mech suit that was an exact replica of Robocane from RoboCop 2. Max and Oxy look at each other. Total. Max starts to eat another cheesesteak. Oxy starts to eat and then stops. Oxy, I can't eat when I'm stressed out. She drinks the whole 190 octane. This fucking sucks. Let's just get this over with. Max chewing. Okay. The turnpike is a mess. There's traffic forever. The bus is burning. It's in two halves like the Titanic. Max, Total, what the fuck is this? Oxy, I'm not going to say what I was going to say here. Total, fuck you. You think I like this shit? Points Gatling arm gun at the first responders. Machine gun sounds. Sound through metal doors. Ting, 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 ting. Sounds through people. Heavy things falling. Total, this is the role I got, buddy, and your fat ass should know a lot about roles. Max eating a cheesesteak. Total, what? Give me those cheesesteaks. Hitchbot, ready the Silver Star Surfer. Max, Hitchbot, the Silver Star Surfer activated online. Beep, boop, boop, boop. ETA, 7 seconds. Max, he's still alive? Where's Hitchbot? Robototal, she's the operating system for all of this. She's part of me now. I am Hitchbot. Max, no! A silver surfboard comes down from the sky. Robototal grabs Max and Oxy, jumps on board and flies into the air. A giant ship that looks like the Nostromo comes out of the sky and a hatch opens up from the bottom. They surf the clouds towards the hatch, but the air gets so thin that the two of them pass out. And Max shits himself all over Total and Oxy throws up all over Robototal. Blackness, blackout. Max and Oxy wake up tied to a big rocket in one of the hangars of the ship. Max, Hitchbot, if you can hear me, I love you. And I feel bad that you have to this fucking degenerate lunatic all up in your shit, making you do all this crazy-ass evil shit. Hitchbot, thanks, babe. We're operating at a pretty high level now, though, since we discovered nuke. We don't sleep. Sleep is our umbilical cord that tethers us to the world. We broke ours. We cut our strings. All of those casualties were already factored in as shrink, Max. Shut the fuck up. Total, you clinking, clanking, clattering collection of clickless junk. I'm gonna fuck you up. Robo-Total, you'd only be hurting her, him, it. I have no idea what we become. I'll give you a recap. Max, I don't care. Robo-Total, let me tell you what we've done. Max, I don't care. Total, can someone just feed him so he stops being such an asshole? A hologram Hitchbot comes out, somehow carrying a tray of cheesesteaks and a pitcher of flat Yingling. Max starts eating. Oksana's taking a nap. Total, pain. What is pain if not the single most driving force? It's universal but has no shape. Had no shape. I found the resonance for pain. It's a strange one, but I found something whose resonance cancels out that of pain and pain itself. A nuclear pharmacy in New Jersey made my first batch of what I call nuke. Max in between bites. Why is all this shit from RoboCop to Total? I had a cult and $1 billion company in the time it took you two assholes to eat and you drink your way through Philadelphia. We caught the assholes that fucked up Hitchbot. We got some old wheels, maybe the original real ones. I don't know. Hitchbot worked out the details on eBay. We tied them to the wheels, then we got a club, and we broke every one of their bones. I did so much nuke that my head exploded and my remains had to be put in this awesome mech suit. Now, we're actually on a study sponsored by the Chilean government. Max, where are we going? Total, to a black hole. Max and Oxi, episode 5, the 13th dimension. The cats are still tied to a rocket, and Robo-Total's been rambling the whole way to the black hole, which was only about 20 minutes because they had a hyperdrive that was capable of ludicrous speed. Robo-Total, there it is, points to the black hole. It's mind-scrambling to look at. Everyone's eyes dance like cartoons. Total walks away with crazy eyes. Oxi, Hitchbot, could I have a black coffee, a Bloody Mary, and orange juice, please? Can you vape in here? Hitchbot, there is very delicate instruments on board, including your lungs. It's frowned upon, but sometimes I come out here to smoke cigarettes when things start to overwhelm me. Hitchbot lights a cigarette, and Oxi smokes a vape, and they start blowing smoke. It's really calm and nice, and then the smoke is going right in Max's face. Hitchbot, sorry, babe, Max. No, I don't mind. I used to smoke. I put on a few pounds when I quit. I'm a little sensitive about it. I'm sorry for killing you that one time about that exact same thing, Oxi. Hitchbot, I wanted to warn you guys. Silence. Cats look at each other. Then at Hitchbot. Hitchbot's eyes are bugged out. Hitchbot. Yes, master. Hitchbot's arms go up like Frankenstein's and she wheels off into the back of the hangar. She comes back with this sick-ass camera rig on her shoulder and a bunch of mic and recording equipment. Hitchbot is 1,000,000 miles away. Hitchbot centers the camera on an opening, and steam comes out, and Robo-Total walks out with this crazy Rammstein song playing. Flashing lights start flashing. Robo-Total's walking through this thick, fake fog and starts showboating, just lighting shit up with his gad arm indiscriminately. Then, everything stops, and there's a spotlight just on Robo-Total. Hitchbot hands him the microphone. Robo-Total. Information exists in 12 dimensions. There is a past, the up, down, left, right, and time of yesterday. The present, up, down, and left, right, time. The future, up, right, left, down. 12 dimensions. Information. Stuff exists only through the interaction of these seemingly separate, but really actually equal, but we are stuck in this entropic drift. There is the 13th dimension. We are stuck going forward, so we have this big tail, more like a big butt of the past, and like a sideways iceberg, the waterline being the future. I wanted to use the analogy of a tear shape, but I couldn't get the impression of the future crying time down on us in reverse forever. So I used triangles. So this is our energy wave, our air quotes universe, and we live on an energy wave bolt 6C, and that is a Graham's number divided by 0 power bits from the tachyon drift, Max and Oxi. What the fuck are you talking about, Total? Well, the two of you are going to help with our experiment to determine if the loss in mass is due to a loss in dimensionality.
We're going to send you into a singularity and see what you lose when it deletes your presence and past. Max and Oxy, what the fuck are you talking about, Total? We're firing you into a black hole. Jesus, Hitchbot. Oh, there you are. Ready the rocket. Robo-Total grabs 5 vials of nuke, throws them into his metal mouth, and chomps the shit out of them. Hitchbot, I poisoned your nuke. Total, what? Hitchbot, I poisoned your nuke with hemlock. Total, no! Fuck! He drops to one knee and starts robo-coughing. Why? Hitchbot, you're guilty, Total. You're guilty of being an asshole. She chains a link to his leg, and the rocket starts. Total follows the chain, and it leads to the rocket. He's chained to the rocket. He looks up and sees Max and Oxy vaping in the control room. The rocket goes off. Total grabs Hitchbot by the arm just as he's ripped out of the cargo hangar. Hitchbot grabs the ledge with her other hand. The two of them are held at the mouth of the black hole like that. Hitchbot looks up at Maxie. A robot tear boils off her face. She lets go and waves goodbye. Max and Oxy stand in silence and then look at each other. Oxy, I think if we leave now, we might be able to get this ship back in time to make alternate side parking. A tear forms in Max's eye. Oxy, let's go home and get a drink. Tears from the future are raining down on me through time. Max and Oxy, episode 6. Back to Brooklyn. The cats did quite well for themselves on return. They found parking. After that, they were interviewed, sent fan mail and death threats, and got a ton of cool shit for free. The People's Republic of China bought the 365,000 pallets of nuke that were aboard the Nostromo. There was a nuke pyramid past snowy mountains, through a tiny patch of wasteland, through some craggy caverns, and into one of the Great Valleys. And in this Great Valley, this nuke was stacked like a pyramid, covered in gold. Then marble steps were added up almost to the top, which was left gold. Total's cult sat on the steps and they did the 7-minute workout on the hour. The other 50 minutes were split into 2 parts. First reading, then writing. 3 minutes were left to do whatever you want. These ran in 4-hour shifts 2 times a day with a 3-hour break for lunch and nap in the middle. The money from this nuke was instantly turned into things. They bought a new wing in the Tesla plant that housed one of the best urgent cares in all of the city, and it was open to the public. They lobbied and got 2,500 fully staffed public restrooms added in New York City. They built an addiction rehab clinic on Roosevelt Island that was a favorite of everyone, but celebs seemed especially vocal in their praise. They also managed to acquire a driving range, a pharmacy, a tattoo shop, an ice cream/water ice place that was only open 4 months out of the year, and the building on 100 Lucre Street. All of Total's legitimate operations were handed on to them. The first 11 floors of the building on Lucre were gutted into open office space. All of the walls were floor-to-ceiling windows, but the westwardly facing wall of each floor was a giant blank space. And each floor had an obnoxiously large painting of a black hole, done by one of Total's followers and picked up by IKEA, and was now being sold in giant prints like this all over the place. The 12th floor was Max and Oxy's apartment, and it was fucking awesome. The elevator opened into the place like in Scrooge, and somehow there was a fireplace in there. You could see everything. Oksana sits and watches the traffic and sips wine and vapes. Oxy, Max, what if I wanted to kill myself? Max, I don't know if it's even a thing for us, that is, or you. Sorry. Max looks out at the traffic. Oxy looks out at the traffic. Max, listen, I have to get some work done in the observatory. I'll be back in a few minutes. We can air fryer some shrimp poppers and watch the next episode of Schnacks vs. Chefs. Oxy smiles and nods. Max goes up the spiral staircase. Oksana watches him go up and then takes out a futuristic case that opens with a tss and some smoke. And there's 5 indie-dosed nukes from the original stock. So on the street, they're called thermo nukes or Tsar bombs or Ghostbusters or Olivia neutron bombs. She didn't know how original this particular dose right here, this one in Paul, was. If she tracked the lot number and the NDC, she would have seen that Total Drugs, on a grant from the Hoffman Pharmaceuticals, had produced this particular batch in a factory in Edison, New Jersey. It was loaded onto the deck of an oil tanker that was leaving that day. When the oil tanker was out of sight of the mainland, the Nostromo picked it up. This vial was one of 70 vials that Hitchbot laced with hemlock. Max gets to the rooftop terrace surrounding the observatory and takes a deep breath. Then he hears something in the wind. 3 notes. Max, I hear you, Hitchbot. What are you trying to tell me? Ghost Hitchbot. I'm dead, Max. Stop worrying about me. Oksana needs your help right now. Don't be slovenly. I know you have it in you to be a good cat. You're a baby. And never forget. Max. Never forget what? Never forget what? What the fuck? What is this all about? Oh, wow. There's an old cigarette in my pocket. Max lights the cigarette. At the same time, the nuke vial goes up to Oksana's neck. Max takes a drag, and Oxy squeezes the Porty Pump airbag plunger, which is really revolutionary for on-the-go IV and IM dosing. Oksana. Oh no. Wine spills. Oxy rolls out onto a big, white, furry rug and dies. Her tongue sticks out from the side, so you know that she's totally dead. Max walks down the spiral staircase. Max. Oxy, you will never believe who I just... Oh my God! Oxy! Max runs over, cradles her head in his lap. Max. What the fuck? 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 What the fuck am I gonna do? Everyone I love is dead. My enemy is dead. Why do they get to sleep when I get more pain, more suffering, more hate? Max looks up at the sky. Fuck you, God! Max picks out one of the hits of nukes and stabs it into himself. He blacks out. Flashes back. Help desk woman. -1 life. You now have 68 lives. Max gets out another syringe and stabs into himself. Help desk woman. -1 life. You now have 67 lives. 66 lives. 65 lives. Max is stabbing himself in the eyes with the needles, driving them through his cheeks into the roof of his mouth. 36. 35. 34. Max is injecting himself with needles and slowly making his way to the balcony. 21. 20. 19. 18. Max's whole body and face are swollen with nuke vial porcupine quills. He shits himself and rubs his butt on the carpet. 10. 9. 8. 7. Max drives himself to the railing of the balcony, all the while stabbing himself all over himself with the poison nuke. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Max feels nothing. He jumps off of the balcony and falls 11 stories onto the hood of his 1988 white Ferrari Testarossa, which breaks his fall and him. The end.